I think what's really popping in SA right now is the diff about podcasting.
Oh yes.
Yeah, podcasting.
Yes.
So besides our podcast, there's different types of podcasts that are out there, man. You know the big one, of course. We all know the big one, of course. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
But there's different podcasts that talk about different stuff. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's health, whether it's mental health, whether it's comedy, whether it's entertainment, whether it's just hip hop. So when you're looking at the different type of podcasts that are out there, man, which do you think is your like the top 5 that people that should look out for, or the ones that you personally like?
Okay. I think for me, it might be where is it locally or abroad?
Well, locally.
Okay.
Yeah, locally. We're promoting local.
You must know. We are here.
Yeah.
You understand? Because we swimming in we're swimming in that ocean.
We're promoting Gentship.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's promote other local brands.
On that note, bro, please check out our web store, bro. At www.gentship.co.za. That's the vibe. Check us there, man, and get these beautiful garments.
That's what I'm talking about. Get the beautiful garments.
So yeah, bro, we promoting local. That's where we at, bro. And wear yourself some Gentship merch, please.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Wear yourself some, look beautiful, bro.
T-shirts, sweaters.
You understand? Hoodies. You understand? And there's some other stuff coming in the mix very soon.
Don't worry.
You understand? But yeah, I was gonna say, I think for me, locally, the podcast that I'm checking out is definitely our very, 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 very number one. And our very, very, very favorite, podcast and chill. You understand? I think he deserves to be mentioned first. Because I think, come on, you can't look at podcast and chill and front on that shit. Because you gotta look at it and see yourself.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the only thing that I gotta say. Thank you.
See the people.
Thank you. You gotta look at, and I think podcast and chill is doing very, very well, my guy.
I'm not looking very, very well.
I think they're going to, if I'm not mistaken, if they're not at a 1.5 subscribers, they're going for 1.5 subscribers.
Yeah, they should be around that.
And I think also I like me some Penwell, and I think I think I like different conversations that Penwell will be having with different people.
Yeah, that Convo channel.
Yeah.
Convo channel.
Yeah.
The people that Penwell has, man, is it's very. I feel like it's very, 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 very beneficial to culture.
Yeah. No, thank you. And thank you for mentioning that, bro. Because you know what, I really I like the fact that I feel like he brings people that are beneficial to culture.
Exactly.
He was just bringing everybody who can speak there, and we all can speak, believe you me.
Exactly.
You understand? But what I really love about his conversation is that I feel like he picks those people who are going to bring an advancement to our culture.
Exactly.
Any way or the other. You understand? So yeah, I think I like me some Peno. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, so
we agree on those two.
Yeah, those are the two.
All right.
Yeah.
Can we go to the third one?
Yeah, you can go to the third.
All right, cool. I think for me, my third one will be the El Tito podcast.
Man, shout out El Tito. Shout out El Tito. Let's just do that. Shout out El Tito for your podcast.
Please don't do that.
No, I'm just
okay.
Okay.
Because okay, but let me hear you out.
No.
But okay,
should I say?
For me, it's the El Tito podcast. I think that's the third one. And should I explain why?
Yeah, because I was gonna ask you that question.
Okay.
Because I'm sure you're asking me why am I acting the way I'm
That's what I'm trying to get to. You understand? But I was gonna ask you, are you in agreement after I told you why I like myself some El Tito podcast?
I'll explain the way I'm acting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just a bit shocked that you like the El Tito podcast.
Okay.
Not that you have anything against El Tito. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Or something like that. I'm just like, okay, that's very interesting. Yes, he has a podcast. He brings all these artists on.
Do you think I like El Tito?
Do you like El Tito? Let's start there. Since you took it there. Let's just start there.
Well, to me, I'm happy. Let me answer you, and let me just go answer you.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'm happy that El Tiro is doing the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm very happy that he's doing the podcast. Me, that I like him doing the podcast, I'm not sure, but I like his podcast.
Oh, okay.
That one I know that I'm sure of.
At least you can be subjective, you know.
But I feel like he gives them, because especially with the episodes that I've seen, he gives them the safe environment, the safe space to actually express themselves. And I feel like most of the time, he really listens to them. You understand? He really listens to them. If you're really gonna go to the LTD podcast, your story is going to be heard. You understand? We're going to hear you. You know, we're going to hear you. You know, we're going to hear about your story. That's why I like my LTD podcast.
Okay.
And then I think the fourth, it will be the Hustler's Corner. Understand? I think the Hustler's Corner for me. I think the Hustler's Corner is good, and I think let me hear you from.
No, it's very nice, man. I like. First of all, you know, like shout out to DJ Spoon. You know what I'm saying? As a hood man, we look up to you.
What? No,
you know
100%.
And it's not only with the podcast; it's just in general,
so many
in
things,
life. You know, you give general like direction. You know, just your way of thinking and how and your way of collaborating, just in general, with different artists, different art forms and whatnot. Whether it's the music, the podcast, the property. Doesn't really matter. You really have
just your way of showing
up. Showing up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, basically that. So I appreciate that. So I really like the Gentship,
the Hustler's Corner.
The Hustler's Corner. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Conversations are dope, man. I like the guests as well. He really gives that leading, not leading, but he gives that direction, man. He's really a mentor, you know what I'm saying?
True.
In everything he does.
He's leading by example. For a lack of a better word,
yeah.
I'll tell you that he's basically just showing us the ropes. He's guinea pigging himself.
Yeah.
If that's the proper
that's a
word.
funny way of putting it.
And lastly, man, I think for me it will be there's this one podcast, bro. I think it's very good. I don't know if you've checked it out, but it's called Against the Wall. Have you seen it?
I don't recognize the name, but what exactly is it about?
I think because I check sometimes there and there sometimes, but I feel like it's very dope content. I feel like they produce dope content and content that is good for culture. That is very good for culture. That if one had to really get in touch with that sort of conversation, they will really know what's really up. You understand? But it's about just ex-convict who were convicted, maybe charged with something, and then they went to prison, and then they came out, and then they like survivors basically. You understand?
I think I've seen the host now. The host.
I don't know his name also, but he's some light-skinned guy.
Yeah, no, I've seen him.
Some light-skinned guy with a fade.
He might have appeared on Podcast and Chill on one time.
Yeah.
But then I think I've seen a few clips of him.
Yes.
Actually, the conversations that
dope content. Dope content.
Yeah,
that's all that I'll tell you.
Now that you mentioned it,
it's dope content, and those people. I think people who goes there is just everybody who's just done with everything, and they just wanna turn around their lives and everything, and they just go there and they just share their stories. You understand? They just share something. Some people you hear most people saying that they were fooled into getting into whatever life that they ended up living, that ended up leaving them in prison and whatsoever. You understand? So and sometimes because we don't know such, sometimes we do get across those sort of situations where people would say this thing, say that thing to you, not knowing these things will really lead you in huge trouble where you might end up in jail. So that Against the Wall podcast, man, I think if you could just check it out, it will give you some, it will give you some knowledge on at least
just the life of a criminal-minded individual.
Yes. Yeah. And then honestly, I think it is a dope conversation to actually have around.
But sometimes I personally just wonder like what goes through the mind of a criminal, because sometimes I hear the lingo, man. The lingo sounds cool.
The lingo sounds very cool. I'll tell you
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
The lingo sounds cool.
Yeah,
Can I
yeah.
say that?
But the life is it's harsh, man. It's very heavy. You know what I'm saying? You know, no one wants to go through the
That-
stuff that they go through. You know what I'm saying?
Entle ke le nagana le tlwela motho Halling kids